Hello, my Bandit crew, and welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is going to be talking about hyperspace, the elementals, the quantum masks, and their importance to the ever-expanding Crash Bandicoot lore. If this is your first time coming to the channel, I release Crash Bandicoot content every weekend. We discuss lore, theories, news, we do tier lists, interviews, and I also have a Crash Bandicoot podcast. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, maybe consider subscribing. So, the maximum amount of lore that we have for the elementals, other than them having elemental powers, is their ages. Uka Uka and Aku Aku have met them in the past. And Uka Uka exclaims in the opening of the Wrath of Cortex intro that they were responsible for the Ice Age. So 65 million years ago. Also, in the opening of Crash Bandicoot Warped, Aku Aku claims that Uka Uka has been trapped for eons, which is millions of years. So, at the bare minimum, these masks are between millions and billions of years old. And the other wild thing about these masks is they seem to exist outside of the universe. Let me explain. In Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, you see cameos of the elemental masks. You can see Rocco here. Wawa is right here. Pyro is right here. And lastly, Lolo is right here. So I've seen people say that proves that the elementals are from the Oedipus dimension. But to me, it proves the exact opposite. It proves that the masks themselves exist everywhere. They're like Crash. They can travel to different locations. If you're not familiar with Crash Bandicoot on the Run, don't worry. I'm here to explain it to you. We are experiencing the games through Crash Bandicoot, who resides in the Nitro universe, which is the Prime universe. This is Uka Uka. He is also from the Nitro universe. But then there are three variant universes where creatures and enemies and bosses are coming through, and Crash has to send them back to where they belong. So in the Frosty universe, you have Frosty Uka Uka. He is Uka Uka's counterpart that exists in the Frosty universe. Same goes for the Inferno Uka Uka. He's the Inferno variant to the Nitro Uka Uka. And lastly, you have the Oxide variant. The masks, however, elemental masks that is, have no alternate variants. They are just their elements. You have Rocco, you have Wawa, you have Pyro, and you have Lolo. Pyro looks a little different here because this is just his game model without the fire effect on it. Those were two separate things. This is just his model without the fire effect on it. So, we have the information that there are no variants of these characters, and that they have also appeared in the Oedipus dimension. So I believe hyperspace exists outside of the different universes. So for example, this would be the Nitro universe. This is where Crash exists. This is the Frosty universe, the Oxide universe, and the Inferno universe. And then if you'd like to take it one step further, in each universe is their own set of dimensions. So we'll say that this is Crash's dimension. This is the 10th dimension with Evil Crash. 5th dimension for Entrance. 10th dimension, Evil Crash. Like, all of these dimensions exist within the universe. So in the Frosty universe, it would have its set of dimensions. So in the Frosty universe, there would be a 10th dimension. So we would potentially have a Frosty Evil Crash. Same goes for Inferno and Oxide. So each universe has its own set of dimensions, and then outside of the universes is hyperspace. So the hyperspace temple that we see in Crash Bandicoot, the Wrath of Cortex, and Crash Bash, I believe exists out in hyperspace. And those planetoids that we see floating in hyperspace in the Wrath of Cortex, I believe that is the stylized view of the universes. So perhaps that yellow planet that we saw, perhaps that is the Nitro universe. So that brings us to the Quantum Masks. The Quantum Masks were also in Crash on the Run as their armor forms. And in Crash on the Run, there were tons of different variants of different skins. So you'd have Inferno Crash, you had Nitro Crash, you had Nitros Crash, you had Oxide Crash. There was a bunch of them. But for the armors were only in the standard view of what they are here. These 4. So I believe that the 4 Quantum Masks and the 4 Elemental Masks all exist in hyperspace outside of the normal universes, meaning they don't have any variants and they are the one and only. And now this is the part of the video where I kind of just go full on into headcanon. We know that they are millions or billions of years old, and it could be assumed that each character actually is the origin of the elements. So Pyro would be the original fire, Rocco the original earth, Wawa the original water, Lolo the original air. So Rocco and Wawa and Lolo could have combined their powers and created planets. Lolo could be controlling different gases, so oxygen, nitrogen, all that stuff. Rocco could make the different planet. Pyro could come in and make magma with the water and make more land. So I believe that the elementals created everything. And then the Quantum Masks created time, space, gravity. I believe that all 4 masks, and all 8 masks rather, I believe they predate everything and they help form the universe. Or should I say universes? The multiverse. Even if you don't buy into that, where the masks, the 8 masks, were the creation of everything, at the very least, you have to agree that there are no variants of any of the masks, and they exist outside of the universes. So they come from hyperspace, and they could travel to the different universes and dimensions. And my friends, my Bandicrew, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one. Take care. Have a great night. We'll see you in the next one.